Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon and salam sejahtera. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Adam bin Kaha, and my matric ID is 21001952. My course is Electrical and Electronic Engineering. I will be sharing my point of view regarding the three questions given. For the first question stated that Malaysia is practically an island and is encircled by the sea locating in the equator line. Why, in my opinion, should the general people learn how to kayak? I believe that the general public should learn kayaking skills because due to Malaysia being in the equator, the effect of the rapid changing climate increases the frequency of extreme weather, leaving most of us vulnerable to flash floods, cyclones, and hurricanes. These unpredictable weather changes have caused multiple problems for the general public, including damage of property, mental, physical, infrastructure, and agriculture. In order to reduce this issue, it is encouraged for the general public to learn kayaking skills. By obtaining the skill, the general public will be able to overcome the issue as it arises. Hence, they could escape the initial flood so they can seek for help or protection from the authorities at a higher ground. This action could extend the survival rate of the victims before any more mishaps. If the authority were to be late, the general public could group up their kayaks together and form a cross deck so that nobody would drift away from the others. This technique could have multiple purposes because it forms an assembly point for resting, eating, or defecation. For the second question, it is proved that we Malaysians experience the monsoon season every year. Do I think we have the knowledge or abilities to handle the floods in important places? And how do I think we can increase public awareness of water safety? I believe we still lack the required knowledge or skills to deal with flooding in critical areas effectively. The occurrence of floods in Malaysia is predicted correctly every year due to continuous heavy rainfalls that result in runoff due to excess of water supplies that exceed the capacities of streams and rivers. Even from the repeating occurrence, we still fail to overcome the issue with minimal loss, and everybody should play a role to minimize the situation by being familiar with the danger of climate change instead of expecting the government to handle it for them. I also believe that Malaysians lack the exposure for the right actions to do during emergency in order to safely overcome the situation. A way to bring attention to the people is by raising water safety awareness so everybody could skillfully handle the issue as it arises. One of the first course of action is to teach yourself and children to swim or at least float in the water because they would cause more issue if one would capsize from a kayak. This could increase their mental fortitude in calmly assessing and overcoming the hazardous situation in order to find help or assist others in need. Secondly, adults should be keeping their eyes on the weather forecast and news of any upcoming monsoon so that they can make necessary preparations and sufficient water equipment like kayak, life vests, throw bags, ring buoys, and flares. Lastly, to answer the third question of do I think it's vital for families and the general public to have a set of throwbacks near them at all times? I believe it is important for the general public to always have a throwback at home or in their car because other than being an important rescue device used in emergency to reach victims during still water and stiff water rescues, it sometimes also serves as messenger lines or throw lines to deploy larger bags and anchors to secure kayaks and other vessels to docks. The throwback is a device with a length of rope stuffed loosely into a bag so it can pay out through the top when the bag is thrown to the victims. It is a standard piece of rescue equipment for water recreational or emergency equation. In emergency situation, this device is easy to locate by the victims due to the bright colors. In addition, the throwback is also important as a reminder for the general public to always stay vigilant about their current situation as they already do preparations to counter any disaster. During emergency situation, as preparation already be done, the general public can do quick decision making during critical conditions. Additionally, a throwback is not necessarily limited during natural disaster, only but also can be used for casual or extreme recreational activities like kayaking, fishing, surfing, parasailing, and so on, when the need to use it arise. To sum up, kayaking or canoeing is a sport that might be simple to learn. Kayaking may be an exciting way to pass the time, make new friends, and generally add a new benefit into your life due to its flexibility and health advantages. Additionally, we now know that engineering and inventions are not the only ways to deal with difficult issues like floods. These issues, however, are significantly more complex and need for a wide range of methodologies to properly comprehend. The significance and use of a throwback from the perspective of the general public have also been briefly examined. I appreciate for taking your time to hear out my thoughts. Thank you.